This is the evening news for Saturday, December 20, 2014. I'm Michael Young. Thanks for joining us. Making the headlines this evening. Formation of National Youth Policy delayed again. Guyanese paid $1 million to transport cocaine to the U.S. Pump drainage capacity expanded by 16% this year. Opposition hampering Guyana's development, Minister Ali says. And surgery may take months for baby with exposed brain. It's now time for the news in detail. Culture, Youth and Sport Minister Dr. Frank Anthony admitted that the National Youth Policy is taking a long time to be developed, but has justified the continuous delays. Davina Samaru has details in this report.
Minister Anthony noted that they have had numerous consultants to draft the National Youth Policy, which did not meet the expectations of the steering committee. He explained that the draft of the most recent consultant was inadequate.
When they did the final draft, the steering committee was not happy with it.
Nevertheless, the ministry is partnering with UNICEF to make the policy a reality.
This time, building this consultant would build on all the previous reports, so we do not, anticipate that this would be a very long process.
However, he noted that the non-existence of the National Youth Policy does not prevent the ministry from developing youth programs.
We have been implementing a lot of youth programs, and we would have seen the effects of these programs. In the ministry, we have programs dealing with young people's education. So kids who drop out of school and want to have a second opportunity at an education, we've been able to provide that through 3 of our institutions, one at Kurukuru Training College, one at Sophia, and one at Fryman Irving in Berbice. So we continue to do that. We continue to provide for children when they're out on their school vacation. And so we have been doing a lot of summer camps during the July-August holidays.
Dr. Anthony also highlighted a number of other successful programs undertaken by the ministry, noting that there are also a few for science lovers.
At our museums, we've been promoting science. So at our museums, we've been able to hold summer camps again for children. So those who are interested in learning a little bit more about archaeology, we have a junior archaeology program at the Walter Roth Museum. We also have a program in anthropology that is also run out of the Walter Roth Museum. At the National Museum, we have also been teaching persons who are interested in taxidermy how to do preserve little animals and so forth.
Furthermore, the minister highlighted that other ministries also offer a wide range of youth programs for the children of Guyana. Reporting for the evening news, Davina Samaru.
Thanks, Davina. Housing and Water Minister Irfaan Ali has said that while Guyana has seen 8 years of economic growth, there is still more to be done. Royden James joins us with the details.
Minister Irfaan Ali, in a recent interview with the Evening News, made it clear that had the now stalled development projects been realized, we could have achieved much more as a nation. According to him, more could have been done to develop the economy through these projects.
Whilst Guyana has grown tremendously in the last 8 years, whilst we have had positive economic indicators in almost all the segment of economic measurement, there is still a lot more that could have been done if Guyana as a country and the Parliament as a unit would have understood the importance of various transformational projects and allow those projects to blossom and bring its economic empowerment, improvement, and opportunities to the Guyanese people.
During the 2014 budget considerations, several initiatives such as the Cheddi Jagan International Airport expansion, among others, received the thumbs down from the opposition political parties. The government has made it clear that its project would benefit Guyanese under several different facets. Another such project was the Amila Falls project, which Ali stated could have benefited the economy over the coming years, while at the same time providing cheaper electricity rates to Guyanese.
The cost of generating electricity is also a critical factor. Now, if you look at the graph again, if we may go back to the graph so we can explain what it means to the people at home. The red line there shows what is the forecasted growth. The forecasted growth with Amila Falls. How Guyana is projected to grow with Amila Falls. You will see that we are projected to grow above 5%. in the next 5 years. Once we implement this transformational project, we are projected to grow above 5% beyond 2018. If we do not have this project, if we do not build the Amarillas Falls project, we will have what we call a flat growth curve. If you look at the blue line, you will see it's flat at 4%. So we'll be denying our people the benefit in the medium term, that's the construction period, of 1% in terms of growth per year.
Reporting for the Evening News, I'm Raiden James.
Another Guyanese who traveled to the United States was intercepted with over 19 kilograms of cocaine and is now claiming that he was offered Guyana $1 million to transport the illicit drug. The man was busted at the John F. Kennedy International Airport when the cocaine was found concealed in the several packages containing curry and rice in his suitcases. 55-year-old Oral Anthony Keynes was carrying 3 bags, including 2 checked-in suitcases and 1 carry-on duffel bag. The packets of curry and rice drew suspicions from the drug enforcement agents at the port of entry. They immediately started to question Keynes, who claimed that the bags were his. During the search, the cocaine was discovered among the items. He was taken into custody and admitted that he was paid $1 million, the equivalent of US $5,000, to transport the illicit drugs to the US. The cocaine was weighed and totaled 19.2336 kilos or 42.4 pounds. The street value for the drug is estimated at US $65,000, which is Guyana $140 million. The man appeared in a New York court and was remanded to prison. The Evening News understands that the man could not provide the names of the persons he was supposed to hand over the drugs to. Agriculture Minister Dr. Leslie Ramsamy disclosed that this year has recorded a 16% expansion of the country's pump drainage capacity. Her details in this Vanu Manichan report.
According to Agriculture Minister Dr. Leslie Ramsamy, some 1,650 cubic feet of pump drainage capacity were added during the course of this year. The minister was at the time speaking at a specially convened press conference earlier this week. He noted that with this increase, Guyana now has a total pumping capacity for drainage of 10,163 cubic.
So the amount that in terms of the 1,650 that we did in 2014 would represent an ability to pump some 40 million gallons of water per day. That's an enormous amount of water that we can drain. It represents, as I said, the largest increase in pumping capacity in any single year.
Ramsamy noted that in 2014, there were new pump stations with pumps operational at Two Friends and Lima in Region 2, Windsor Forest, Bagastong, Potentia, Canal No. 1, Region 3, Paradise, Region 4, Pine Grong, Region 5, and No. 19, Rose Hall, No. 66, and Kanji in Region 6. He disclosed that between this year and 2015, some $20 billion was budgeted for the construction of pump stations in the Essequibo Coast and Quarantine.
For those people in the Quarantine who might hear that we are building a pump station there, it will be built on the eastern side of the Coca on the highway, because we will maintain a pump station at both the east and west end. I say that because there is presently a pump station on the western side of the Coca at number 43, so we will double its capacity by 2015.
Additionally, the Agriculture Minister stated that next year the ministry is hoping to complete the design and begin construction of pump stations at Ogle, Monrepo, Hope, and Enmore, all on the east coast of Demerara. This, Ramsamy added, will increase the country's drainage capacity if the pump stations on the east coast are completed by 2015.
I'm a little bit hesitant to say they will get completed in 2015, though I'm confident that construction will start, because these 4 will be part of the Conservancy Adaptation Program Phase 2. This is the World Bank project of about $11 million, which is strengthening the Conservancy Dam, but also increasing routine maintenance in the Conservancy by putting more excavators and pontoons, and also increasing our pumping capacity.
Minister Ramsamy explained that with the Hope Northern Relief Channel functioning and with these new pump stations along the East Coast, there will be little need to release water through Maduni and Lama on the Mahaika end. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchan.
Thanks, Vanu. While Imani Melville is one step closer to having surgery performed to correct a rare defect, it may take months before the surgical procedure can actually be done. Davina Samaru joins us with details in this report.
Janki Dolaram of the Caribbean Children Foundation noted that it usually takes between 2 to 3 months to get a response from the Sick Kids Hospital where potential surgery for the baby will be performed. Dolaram noted that the medical team at the hospital will review the documents and advise the mother of the child accordingly. She further noted that if the child is accepted by Sick Kids for treatment, they will provide a letter to the embassy for the mother and child to obtain a Canadian visa in order to travel to that country. Additionally, a Canadian host family must be available to provide all non-medical support for Imani and his mother during their stay in Toronto, which will also take some time. The Caribbean Children Foundation is a registered Canadian charity and has since helped a number of Caribbean children get the care that they need. Davina Samaru for the Evening News.
You're tuned to the Evening News. Join us after these messages for more news. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with the Evening News. Culture, Youth and Sport Minister Dr. Frank Anthony, in an interview with this newscast, said there are no new plans for Mashramani 2015, but noted that plans are moving apace for the celebrations. Royden James joins us.
Dr. Anthony made the disclosure on Thursday evening to the Evening News. According to the Culture Minister, although there are no new plans for March 2015, he is appealing to the business communities to come on board and be a part of the float parade, noting that it will be a good way to advertise their businesses.
It is indeed a wonderful way for companies to advertise themselves, because on the day itself, you'll normally have about 80,000 people or so on the road. And if you want to get your product out there, it's good to come out and participate in Mashramani so that a lot of people would be able to see your company, your logo, understand your brand and things of that nature. So we're appealing to companies to think about joining us on the float parade and be part of Mashramani 2015.
The minister also noted that although the route has had its challenges over the years, there are no plans to change it.
As the parade has been growing over the years, we see a lot of people flocking onto the route, and this then creates a problem for the floats to flow seamlessly through the route. It is a challenge. However, for 2015, we don't envisage changing the route.
He said too that the ministry has no plans of bringing any international artists during this time and hope that local promoters can continue to lead the way.
You have a number of associated events around Mashramani with private promoters, and over the years we have seen a lot of private promoters bringing in international artists to perform during Mashramani on the road route, and in some cases have their own private concerts. So I would expect that tradition would continue, and you'll see a lot of private promoters bringing in people to perform here during the period.
Reporting for the Evening News, I'm Royden James.
As a tradition of the Guyana Visual Arts Competition, Castellani House opened its doors to the public on Thursday last for the pieces that were submitted for the competition to be put in exhibition. Alim Hussein, coordinator and chairman of Castellani House, said this allows the public to view the new additions to the Guyana's art gallery and culture, as well as to facilitate buyer and appreciator relationship. Of the 235 pieces that were submitted for this year's competition in the categories of fine art, sculpture, painting, drawing and ceramics, 204 were put on exhibition at the Castellani House for them to be appreciated and bought by the public. The exhibition will continue throughout the remainder of the year. Recently, there has been much controversy over the issue of paper committals that has the potential to put the Sexual Offences Act under the knife once more. Vanu Manichan has details in this report.
Paper committals are documentations of evidence against a defendant. This is given to a magistrate to determine if enough evidence is available to try a defendant. While this is a standard tool used in cases to save time as well as avoid backlogging, lawyers state that it prevents the defendant from a fair trial, as he or she is unable to question the witnesses. However, Attorney General Anil Nandlal has indicated that the defendant is not prevented from a fair trial with the use of paper committals. Nandlal has appealed the judicial ruling of the Sexual Offences Act, as the defendant, according to him, can question the evidence of the prosecution in the trial but not during the paper committal hearing. Women and human rights organizations have supported this appeal, as they believe paper committals protect the victims of rape crimes from seeing the defendant more than absolutely necessary.
Davina Samaru tells us now that the 5th form students of Achievers Academy on Friday visited the children's ward at the Georgetown Public Hospital, where they buoyed up the spirits of the children with laughter, toys and general kindness.
Director of the educational facility located at Suzaik on the east bank of Demerara, Carol Ann Monroe, said the true spirit of Christmas is usually hidden under decorations and gifts. As such, she wanted the children of the academy to learn the true meaning of the season.
One of the things we want to do, especially for the 5th formers who will be leaving next year, is to integrate them into the entire thing about giving, the charity event. I think most persons get carried away that Christmas has to do with all the decorations and so forth. But for me, I think it's giving back, especially to those who are not able to celebrate that period of time with families for whatever reason, or is less fortunate.
Monroe said that the school has made many contributions in the past. However, this is the first time they are visiting the children's ward at the Georgetown Public Hospital. This is so because the administration recognizes that around this time of the year, children at the medical institution need a lot of cheering up.
Every year, actually, we would do things towards sending things to the Food for the Poor or to other organizations. But most times the school would just go and drop off items. 2 years ago, we've had 2 children from the school who've been hospitalized.
Sister Robin Henry, who manages the pediatric ward, expressed gratitude to the school and its students for the generous visit. She said that the children will enjoy the holidays due to the huge support it has been getting from the public. Davina Samaru for the Evening News.
Thanks, Davina. Children attached to the Child Care and Protection Agency of the Human Services and Social Security Ministry had a merry time at the annual Christmas party organized by students of the University of Guyana.
That was the scene at the University of Guyana as the children attached to the Child Care Protection Agency were treated by students of the Educational Institute. The party was organized by interns of the Public Relations Division who told the Evening News that they found pleasure and joy in hosting the event.
We're hosting Santa's Help Us program. This is a party for the children at the drop-in center. And as part of our intern, this was one of our projects. And we're here today, and the children, they're having a fun time. And as you can see, I'm an intern and then I'm also Santa, so I'm having fun also. Most of them, they're not experiencing the type of love and affection that a normal family would give. And at this time, being Santa Claus and being able to share love and also gifts, this is indeed a pleasure. And I trust that the children, whatever they receive, they're going to love it.
This newscast spoke with some of the children who were enjoying themselves at the party.
I'm enjoying this program and I expect for Santa this year. It's a nice gift. And yes.
Anything specific?
It must be really things for me to read and get more knowledge.
The party was fun and everything was nice. And I enjoyed myself and I'm not so much certain what am I expecting, but something, anything.
We enjoy ourselves and get a little Christmas music and so on. We eat a lot on these things and we play with friends. A lot, miss.
Reporting for the Evening News, I'm Erica Williams.
Interesting report, Erica. The Alfonso family of Pomeroon on Friday injected $3.5 million into the Itabali community with the aim of developing youths in the region and putting smiles on the faces of the villagers for the Christmas season. Hundreds turned up at the Itabali Community Center ground to get a first-hand look at the developmental works that were done by the group. After the official handing over of the ground by staff members of the group, Itabali residents and those from neighboring communities were involved in a number of games. According to Calvin Jeffrey, a security manager with the company, the initiative is aimed at getting youths from the surrounding communities meaningfully involved in positive activities. He said that the businessman has always wanted to give back to the community. Also, some 300 gifts were distributed to the children in the community with the aim of keeping the Christmas spirit alive. Sporting gears were also distributed to the aspiring cricketers and footballers there. In this report, we hear that Breeze Detergent held its last set of shopping sprees on Thursday evening, giving away over $500,000 in groceries and confectionaries.
That was the grand winner of the Breeze Golden Shopping Spree promotion held last Thursday at NNS Matai. Breeze is celebrating its 50th anniversary and is giving back to customers with a total of 18 shopping sprees across Guyana. 12 were already held in Bartica, Berbice, Essequibo, Georgetown, and Linden. The final 6 shopping sprees were done on Thursday evening when Bridens, the local distributor of Breeze products, gave away a whopping $720,572 in groceries. The spree saw persons rushing through the aisles and picking up as many items as they can before the 50 seconds time limit was up. The lowest total of $90,000 was gained by Mrs. Kwame. $98,000 was the second least total, which was won by Darwin for his mother, Deborah Simon. The youngest participant was Mangru Sahadio, who got a total of $115,000. The second highest was scored by Jerome with $159,000. Maka resident Dacia got the highest total with over $162,000 in groceries and confectionaries. The excited woman related how she entered and won the Breeze Golden 50 Seconds shopping spree.
It was me, my big sister, and my third sister. Every day when we wash, we would take our soap powder packet and put it up.
What soap powder packet is that?
Breeze.
You guys heard that?
Yes.
I didn't hear.
Breeze.
Everyone heard what soap powder?
Breeze.
All right, she used Breeze washing. All right, good. Continue.
Whenever my other sister would watch, we would call them up and say, hey, y'all, use Breeze soap powder. Give us the pack because they have a promotion going on. And my big sister, she would bring out the pack. My other sister living downstairs, she would bring her pack. I would bring what I have. And we would sit together. Well, actually what we did, we get all the packs together. In all it was 26 packs. And we wrote my name, my sister downstairs' name, and my sister that's living in the background, which is my big sister. And my name.
According to Breeze representative, the experience was remarkable and Breeze was happy to give back to its customers during this season.
This is a remarkable experience, and this amount of shopping that I'm seeing here today is unbelievable because we did not expect this at all. We did not expect this at all. But the good thing about it is it's Christmas season and we expect people to shop. We expect the supermarkets to be full with groceries. And we expect you to have all the goodies, not only for you, but for your family, your neighbors, and giving back to the community too. So this is a giving back period. So breathe, give back to you, you give back to others.
There were 5 persons who participated in the shopping spree, while the 6th person opted for a $95,000 voucher to shop at N&S Matai at any given time. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchan.
It's now time for us to take a look at your regional and international news. Regionally, Cuban President Raul Castro has hailed a recent U.S. move to normalize bilateral relations, but stressed that Havana will not change its political system. He also warned that Cuba faced a long and difficult struggle before the U.S. removed its economic embargo. On Wednesday, President Barack Obama announced a new chapter in U.S. ties with communist-run Cuba. He said that the changes were the most significant in U.S. policy towards Cuba in 50 years. U.S.-Cuba relations have remained frozen since the early 1960s, when the U.S. broke off diplomatic relations and imposed a trade embargo after Cuba's revolution. Now, internationally, 4 Afghan detainees at the Guantanamo Bay prison have been sent back to their home country, the Pentagon says. Shawali Khan, Kai Ali Gul, Abdul Ghani and Mohammed Zahir were repatriated after a thorough review of their cases. The 8 Afghans are believed to be among 132 detainees remaining at the U.S. prison in Cuba. President Barack Obama has pledged to close the facility opened in 2002 to hold enemy combatants in what the U.S. termed its war on terror. It's now time for a look at your bridge report. The Demerara Harbour Bridge is expected to be closed on Sunday, December 21 for a period of 1.5 hours at 14 hours 30. The Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed from 15 hours 50 on Sunday, December 21 for a period of 1.5 hours. Do join us after these messages for your sport news.
Every day presents a few more challenges. Keeping your business running shouldn't be one of them. That's why we work every day towards ensuring your overall satisfaction. With over 100 skilled technicians and engineers equipped with the tools and skills to help you do more. With the largest parts inventory in Guyana, over 10,000 line items readily available. Driven by your success is not just a set of words to us. It is a code by which we live. That is why we are proud to say that we are Bridge.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with the Evening News. Together, let's take a look at your sport headlines. South Africa win a first test by an innings and 220 runs. All set for the Ghana Cup rematch tomorrow. Naren Singh Deonarine replaces Asad Fuddedin in test squad. And Australia secures second test victory. The news is brought to you this evening with the kind compliments of Markov.
Every day presents a few more challenges. Keeping your business running shouldn't be one of them. That's why we work every day towards ensuring your overall satisfaction. With over 100 skilled technicians and engineers equipped with the tools and skills to help you do more. With the largest parts inventory in Guyana, over 10,000 line items readily available. Driven by your success is not just a set of words to us. It is a code by which we live. That is why we are proud to say that we are Bridge.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with the Evening News Sport. South Africa needed just 16 overs in day 4 to polish off West Indies and win the first test at the Centurion by an innings in 220 runs. Dale Steyn pocketed 6 for 34 to claim his 25th 5-wicket haul in Test cricket as the Proteas bowled out the tourists, who were 76 for 2 overnight for 131 inside 43 overs. Maureen Merkel was the only other bowler to take a Saturday wicket for the host, who will look to inflict more misery on their opponents when the second test begins in Port Elizabeth on Boxing Day. The tourists' tame innings meant they lasted fewer than 103 overs in the match, with Johnson's 39 second time around, their highest individual score across their 2 knocks. West Indies Cricket Board announced today that left-handed batsman Narsingh Deonarine will replace Asad Fudderdin in the West Indies team for the ongoing 3-match test series against South Africa. Fudderdin suffered a fracture of the right little finger during warm-up on the opening day of the first match. Deonarine, 31, is also a capable right-arm off-spinner bowler. He has so far played 18 test matches. He has been in good form recently in the West Indies Cricket Board's Professional League 4-day tournament with scores of 139 and 110 not out. Deonarine will depart the Caribbean as soon as his UK in-transit visa is processed. Despite all the controversies leading up to the Ghana Cup rematch, Chief Organizer Chadagun Ramnath revealed on Saturday that all systems are in place for tomorrow's one-day horse race meet built for the Port Moran Turf Club. The race meet was in limbo after a breakdown in communication with its main sponsor, the communications giant Digicel. However, with all the sponsors coming on board, organizers were able to facilitate tomorrow's rematch. Organizers have put together an impressive 9-race program for the meet, with most of the big names set to be on show for what is expected to be a competitive day of racing. Organizers have also added a substantial amount of cash and other attractions to the day's activities. Over $10 million in cash and trophies are up for grabs. Race time is 12 hours 30. And that has brought us to the end of the evening news for today, Saturday, December 20, 2014. Please remember to get a copy of tomorrow's edition of the Ghana Times for details of these stories and other news. I'm Michael Young. Thank you very much for joining us. Be well.